Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Even on its quietest morning, Genoa City hums like a power line. In the fog, an invisible current every resident feels in their bones. Crimson lights clangs with espresso cups, Chancellor Winter's glass facade winks at the sun, and the Grand Phoenix's lobby perfume mixes money, ambition, and roses. But today that hum is pitched one octave higher, and the scent in the air is cordite. Nikki Newman, once a scrappy stripper, now the first lady of this fizzing empire, can taste it on her tongue. Something, or someone, has a gun. And Victor? Victor seems intent on poking that trigger-happy bear with a diamond-tipped cane. In public, Nikki's polish never chips. She glides through board meetings swathed in cream cashmere, her liquor glass forever filled with sparkling water. Her smile as practiced as a prima ballerina's arabesque. But in the penthouse bedroom she shares with Victor, the mask slips. Headwriter Josh Griffith, fresh from the writer's room, tells us there's a new ritual in those rarefied halls, Nikki lying awake at 3 a.m., listening for the click of a silenced round on the balcony. She's not scared for herself, Griffith confides. She's terrified for Victor, because for the first time in decades, she can't predict his endgame. There are men who play chess, and there are men who play three-dimensional chess blindfolded. Victor plays in 4 dimensions, with the board ablaze, and time itself tumbling through wormholes of his making. His latest maneuver? Inserting himself, quietly, surgically, into the holdings of a private equity consortium whose anonymous frontman carries a violent rap sheet. In the Balkans. Victor believes he's bulletproof, Griffith says. But this isn't J.T. Hellstrom or Ian Ward. This is someone who signs contracts on blood-soaked parchment. Griffith leans in, voice dropping to an urgent whisper, "We're calling this unseen player Helix in the scripts, like a coil ready to spring. Viewers will spend weeks wondering whether they've already met him under a different name. Every soap heroine worth her salt has a signature nightmare. For Nikki, it's normally a swirl of martini glasses and coffin lids, her demons of addiction and loss. But lately the dream is different. She walks into the Newman Ranch's stables, smelling hay and liniment, only to find the white horse with a neat round exit wound. Victor stands in moonlight, unscathed but horrified, screaming her name. She wakes up choking down a sob. Horses are Nikki's symbol of innocence, Griffith notes. When that purity is destroyed in the dream, she knows real blood is coming. The shredded envelope, a courier delivered an unmarked manila folder to Victor's Newman Tower office. Before Victor could open it, Nikki noticed faint crimson smudges along the clasp. When she returned with hydrogen peroxide, the folder was gone. The deleted footage, security tapes covering level 3 parking, went missing the same night Victor dined with a U.S. senator. The bank tracer, Victoria, unearthed a $25 million wire from a Cayman account flagged by Interpol for terror financing. On paper, it's corporate expansion. In Nikki's gut, it's hush money for a hired gun. Soap audiences love a breadcrumb trail, Griffith laughs. But we're leaving broken glass instead. Every clue cuts Nikki a little deeper. Nikki once shot her own father. She's survived cult leaders, hostage takers, and a near-fatal fall off the wagon. That toughness might fool outsiders into thinking she's fearless. But Griffith insists her trauma is the very reason she's quaking now. Only survivors understand how thin the membrane is between safety and chaos. Other people sense tension. Nikki hears the shell casing hit the marble. She fears not just for Victor but for the collateral, Adam's toddler, Connor's precarious mental health, Faith's freshman year bubble, and baby Claire's second chance at family. Nikki's worst nightmare isn't personal death. Griffith explains. It's the Newman dynasty ending in gunfire on the evening news. Has Victor told Nikki the identity of his new adversary? Of course not. He offers half smiles, shrugs, and the perennial promise, "I'm protecting this family, my darling." Nikki parses every syllable, hunting for microfractures in his granite baritone. Once, that voice rescued her from every abyss. Now it echoes like a cave dripping danger. Victor believes preemptive aggression is protection, says Griffith. He accepts risk the way other men accept taxes. Nikki's threshold for danger never aligned with his, but she used to trust his instincts. Today, she senses he's gambling with live explosives, and the dealer is someone happy to shoot the house. In most interviews, Griffith is a vault, a man who can talk for 30 minutes without spilling a single spoiler. This time, he's giddy. We're taking the Victor versus Unknown storyline further than his feuds with Jack, Ashland Locke, or even Sheila, he says. By November sweeps, the show will flirt with a thriller edge we haven't explored since the Who Shot Victor arc in the early 2000s. Asked how Nikki drives that arc, Griffith spreads his notes like tarot cards. Picture a triangle, Victor at one point, the unseen marksman at another, Nikki at the apex. Every time the men move closer, Nikki tries to yank them apart, only to have fate snap them back together with more force. Nick senses something bubbling but mistakes Victor's tension for corporate paranoia. Victoria quietly hires an ex-Mossad bodyguard for the children. Adam sets his default to suspicion. Is Victor setting a trap for him? Phyllis sizes up the chaos for personal gain, camera-ready grin in place. Jack Abbott can't decide whether to extend an olive branch or build a bunker. Fans will watch each character project their own fears onto Victor's mystery play, Griffith teases. We'll layer motives like a millefeuille pastry, sweet cream, bitter coffee, hidden shards of glass. Episode 12 of the arc, airing mid-September, detonates the tension. Nikki arrives at Society for a charity luncheon. Mid-speech, a bullet shatters a centerpiece 6 inches from her hand. No one sees the shooter. Victor, watching on a live stream, shouts "no" so loudly the audio peaks. Twitter melts down. Important, that shot is a message, not an attempt, Griffith clarifies. Nikki realizes Helix isn't after Victor's money or power. Helix wants to prove he can touch anything Victor loves. 3 nights later, thunder growls above the ranch. Nikki descends into Victor's private wine cellar, where dusty bottles of Mouton Rothschild 1945 stand guard. She confronts him among the cobwebbed vintages. Nikki, voice splintering. You're playing Russian roulette with a fully loaded gun. Victor, low, lethal calm. I hold the gun. Nikki, but you're not the only one who can pull the trigger. The cellar lights flicker. A single thunderclap drowns out Nikki's whispered plea, stop before we bury our grandchildren. Griffith winks. That's the Emmy reel scene, no question. Genoa City's St. Anne's Chapel is empty save for flickering votives. Camera backs into a pew, a man's silhouette, hands scarred, fingering a bullet engraved with the initials VN. He drops it into the alms box and walks away, whistling an old Balkan lullaby. We won't show his face, Griffith says. But I guarantee Twitter will freeze frame every pixel to guess. The digital slug line in the script reads only, shadow. 3550. Carrying the quiet of murder like a coat. Nikki spirals toward the edge of sobriety. Clutching coffee cups like lifelines, Victor hires a private intelligence unit, savvier than Ray Rosales ever was, and risks exposing decades-old secrets. Victoria eyes her father's CEO seat, fearing Helix will leave it vacant in a hail of gunfire. Adam considers an arm's-length alliance with the shooter to expose Victor's vulnerabilities. Adam logic, burn the throne to prove you deserved it. Connor refuses to sleep without the light on after overhearing your grandpa might get shot. Everyone pays, Griffith sums up. When a Newman war begins, no one stays neutral, not even the bystanders. Griffith reveals the production team is experimenting with handheld camera work during Helix-related scenes, a shaky intimacy meant to mimic Nikki's vertigo. Lighting shifts to cooler, unforgiving LEDs in the Newman ranch's interior, while exterior scenes lean into noir shadow. We want viewers to feel like they're inside Nikki's chest, heartbeat thrumming, Griffith says. Soap fans savor callbacks. And Griffith is layering them thick. Nikki revisits the site where David Kimball tried to kill her, sees her reflection where Diane Jenkins once confronted her with a syringe, and rereads Victor's 1993 love letter promising no harm will come to you on my watch. Each memory cuts deeper, because fate seems ready to cash every old check at once. Victor isn't just a titan, Griffith muses, he's a tragic hero. The same hubris that built Newman Enterprises courts Ruin. Nikki embodies love's fragile armor, resilient but crackable. The unnamed gunman personifies inevitability, the grim accountant who arrives when the bill comes due. It's a Greek tragedy in Armani, Griffith smiles. But with better hair and a killer soundtrack. Social media speculation already. Buzzes, is the shooter Cole Howard back from exile? A grown-up Eve Howard Jr. seeking revenge? A resurrected Marco Anicelli? Griffith refuses to confirm or deny but promises one thing: the reveal will honor history while shattering expectations. He adds, "We've built a sandbox, and fans are writing theories in the sand. Soon a tidal wave will decide which castles stand." Without spoiling the shooter's identity, Griffith offers a tantalizing tag: picture Nikki holding a smoking gun, not to kill, but to trade for H.